Look, it was going so well and it's all bunched up. I think my mat's losing its stickiness. I think I need to buy a new one. I at least got 3 or 4 stickers out of it, but I'll have to print some more at another time. I think I need to head on to Amazon and find a new mat. Welcome back to another Artist's Way vlog. This is week 3. I thought I would quickly, as I have always done, run through what the focuses are for this week. So week 3 is called Recovering a Sense of Power. So this is where she wants you to be able to deal with and explore feelings of anger, grief, joy, just all those really deep emotions. Obviously the first 2 weeks were kind of stopping you in your tracks, recognizing your habits, and you know what influences are around you. Now it's how we deal with those kinds of feelings. So in the initial reading, she will kind of explore anger and how we should utilize it rather than fear it. You know, why we get it, what it means, and how we should deal with it going forward. She also introduces the concept of synchronicities. So this is where you will kind of put something out into the world and the universe kind of answers. So for example, you might have a feeling of, oh, I would love to shoot my own independent film, but in order to do that, I'd need to learn how to do X, Y, Z. The universe would then possibly answer by you being out one night and bumping into a mentor. So somebody who teaches beginner classes, something like that. She basically wants you to look out for these and be more aware of when they come up in your life going forward, but also being comfortable with the fact that you can ask for things. So obviously, while this book is very much about the psychological side of being blocked and things, it also deals a lot with the spiritual side. For some people it can be a bit too much. They don't really want the spiritual side of it, but you can just kind of put your own beliefs into it. You know, it doesn't have to be like a divinity or a deity or anything like that, or God. You can just replace the words with my higher self, my inner artist, you know, the ultimate good, that kind of thing. But she also talks about shame. So the fact that shame can be instilled in us as children and how this can be another blockage for us as well. You know, if we were ever made to feel shameful for exploring our creativity, or not even just that, just being in and of ourselves, needing anything ever, or just anything like that, then obviously that's a lesson that we're taught very early, and it's something that we need to approach and be ready to work with, and get ready to abandon shame when it comes to feeding our creativity and things like that. She'll also touch on dealing with criticism. Obviously she kind of explains that criticism, constructive, is good. If it's teaching us something that's going to give us that aha moment and help us realise what's missing from our work or what can improve it, then it's good. Anything that's kind of destructive criticism, so that's really, it's not very deep, it's just kind of personal to that person, of why they don't like your work or whatever. She gives us some tools to heal from this so that we don't internalize it too much, and it doesn't prevent us from creating more. After that, she'll give you a little exercise in your childhood, so trying to bring back your childlike nature. So remembering what your bedroom looked like as a kid and what you loved about it, your favourite toys growing up, your favourite foods, movies that you liked, favourite games that you liked to play, all that sort of stuff. And then after that, she'll kind of she'll go into growth. So what you would need to do in order to feed your artist and build it up, and your creativity in general. So those are the focuses for this week. I have already started the first task, which was to remember your childhood bedroom. She does say that you can draw this if you like. I did consider it, but then decided against it. I thought it'd be easier for me if I just brainstormed it. To be honest, there were 2 rooms in my childhood house. There was a larger bedroom, which was master bedroom, and then there was a smaller one. I used to swap bedrooms all the time. Sometimes I'd be in the master bedroom, sometimes I'd have the smaller room. When I was really, really young, I had the smaller room, and I wrote down things like, I remember I had these like Disney printouts that were pictures, they were Bugs Life pictures. I had those on the wall, I remember those being there. I'm pretty sure around the centre of the room, I don't know what you call it, but it's usually like a band that you have around the centre of your room on your wallpaper to like split it or something, I don't know, decorative. But I had that around the middle of the room, and I'm pretty sure it was Winnie the Pooh when I was really, really young. I also described when I was older and I had the master bedroom for a time, I painted it hot pink. I just went through this phase, this hot pink phase. When I was really young, I was never that much into pink. Then I went kind of like gothic alternative, and I just wanted black everything. But then after that, I don't know, I just kind of completely changed, and I went through a hot pink phase, and I just wanted pink everything. And yeah, I painted my walls hot pink, and I drew on them as well, which I probably shouldn't have done. Yeah, and I had this bed, I think it was from Argos, and it was metallic, it was a metal bed, but the headboard and the bottom board were like a wave pattern, and the tops of them were pink. So we had it was like 2 pink bars, and then the rest was all just silver metallic. I remember having a wooden desk where I'd keep my laptop. I had my TV in there with my consoles. And I remember I had this huge yellow plastic tub, and I used to keep all sorts in there. Old toys, costumes from when I used to cosplay, teddies. It was just kind of like an all bin. I just dumped stuff in there. And I remember in that same room there was a little cupboard, and I'd keep bags of whatever in there. But I remember as well, my mom's friend, she had knitted me like this clown toy, and it was big. It was, when I was a kid it was as big as me, and then when I got older it was like kind of like this big. It was like my torso size. It was huge, and it was a clown on roller skates, and I used to keep that in there. And one of my childhood friends dubbed him Mr. Huggles. I think it's because we used to watch Witch, and I think that's what I forgot what species he was. It was like a squirrel kind of thing, but I'm sure he was called Mr. Huggles, so I think that's why he got named Mr. Huggles as well, from which. Those were my childhood rooms. Obviously they changed here and there, but yeah. Another task that she wants you to do is list 5 of your favourite childhood foods. I, again, struggled with this one. I knew what I ate, but I didn't know what my favourite treats were. So I kind of just freeballed it, and I wrote down, in fact, I'll tell you what I wrote down. So I wrote down mango. I still love mango to this day, but I remember I used to get so excited if I'd go in the kitchen and there was a mango in the fruit bowl. I used to love it. Cheese toasties, they were simple and easy, so I ate them a lot. The one that I kind of want to touch on the most is every day after school, to kind of like, I suppose to tide me over until dinner time, because obviously I'd come back home from school by like 3:30 or whatever, and then dinner wouldn't be until like 6, 6:30. So to kind of tide me over, my mum would buy me, it changed, but the one that I remember the most is Happy Hippos, done by Kinder. So the same people who do like Bueno and stuff like that, they used to do, I think they still do, what they call Happy Hippos, and it was basically like this wafer in the shape of a hippo. It would have hazelnut chocolate and like some kind of cream on the inside, and then all around the outside it would have like a chocolate coating and nuts. And I used to love those, and she'd get me one of those, and I'd have one of those every day after school. Or if not that, then it might be something like a little Nutri-Grain or just some little small snack that I could have until dinner time. One of the things that she wants you to do after you've listed these is buy yourself something. So buy or make yourself one of your favourite childhood foods and have that. I went to Tesco to see, my local Tesco, to see if I could find these Happy Hippos. They didn't have them, so I thought I'd buy a Nutri-Grain, but the only Nutri-Grains they had were strawberry. I don't really like the strawberry ones. So in the end, I settled for this. A Kinder Surprise Egg. It's still Kinder chocolate, and I used to have these as well as a kid. Not regularly, these were another treat. And they weren't my favourite by any means, but I thought they're probably the closest thing to Happy Hippos that isn't Kinder Bueno. So I got this, and I'm going to build the toy inside as well, just like when I was a kid, so that it's still the same kind of task. You know, I'm still getting what she wants out of it, but it's just slightly different from what it should have been. After you've listed those, she also wants you to list 5 favourite childhood traits that you had, which I've also done, but I won't run those off here. Yeah, and then there's some other tasks which I will go into later on in the week. But for now, I want to get on with some art, and I've also got some orders to pack, so I'm going to get on with those. He's a gorilla. I don't know what he does. Wow, so great. The sun has just come out. Well, not just, but the sun's come out. It's like, I mean, it's 6 o'clock now, and the sun came out about 4, 5 o'clock in the evening. Like, it's been cloudy and boring all day, and now the sun's decided to come out, and I'm just getting blasted because the sun sets on this side of the house right into the window, so it's boiling in here. But I've just finished editing this Friday's vlog, so now that's all queued up and ready. I can focus on preparing for my autumn update. I have looked at the calendar and I've decided that I'm going to try and aim for the 30th of September, because that essentially gives me 4 or 5 weeks to get products ordered, delivered and ready for the launch, for the update. So that is the provisional update date. It's what I'm going to aim for. I'm going to try my best to stick to it. Consider that is when the autumn products are going to get launched and posted, unless I update you with something different in the meantime. But that's the launch date. I thought I'd let you know. Yeah, I'm going to work on those and get those sorted out. So that's not going to be done until like 3:30, 4. My cutting mats have arrived. Yay! We have light grip, strong grip, and standard grip. Hello guys, apologies for my appearance. 2 things. It is really hot today. It's really hot all week in the UK right now. So I've dressed down so I can keep cool, because the office gets so hot in here, honestly. So excuse the strappy top, but also excuse my voice and how I look, because I don't feel well at all. Yesterday I was feeling like a bit under the weather. I was sneezing, my sinuses didn't feel the best. I thought it was probably just hay fever, because usually if I have a cold I get all blocked up in my sinuses and I can't breathe and I turn into a mouth breather. But I didn't have that. I can breathe just fine. It's just that they feel like itchy and inflamed. But I thought it's probably just hay fever. I'll wait till I get home from the office and I'll take some antihistamines. I did that, they didn't help. I woke up and I had a headache as well. I woke up this morning, banging headache, so tired, just like fatigued. Inflamed sinuses, I can still breathe fine, but they're just like, I can't explain it. And like a sore chest. So I took an antihistamine this morning, went into the office at work, and I just kind of declined from there. So I stayed at work for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and then I just asked if I could work from home today, because I just felt so poorly. So I came back and worked from home. I've taken some cold and flu. They've taken the edge off, but I still just feel really under the weather, so excuse me. For that reason, I was due to do my artist date today, but I obviously am not going out feeling like this. So rather than kind of miss a week, I've decided that I'm going to build a movie nest. I need to cook dinner because it's my turn to cook. But once I've done that, I'm going to build a movie nest in my bed, and I'm going to watch all my old childhood movies, since that's the theme for this week, you know, reliving your childhood memories and what you used to like. I thought I'll look back at films that I used to love as a kid, and I'll rewatch them, and that'll be my artist date, just watching one of my old favourite movies with dinner and just resting. In the meantime though, my tote bags got delivered today. So I ordered some, they got delivered today, and I thought we could open them up together. Okay, let's have a look at these tote bags. Okay, they seem good quality. Nice and thick, not too thin. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with these so far. When I was ordering tote bags, I must have gone through like 50 different listings, because I would find one that looked good or worked, and then I would go to the reviews and people were saying like, oh, material's really thin, doesn't take print very well, doesn't take paint very well, shrank in the wash, that kind of thing. So I must have looked through loads of listings, and eventually I found this one that had pretty much mostly positive reviews. People saying the quality was good, that the print work was okay on it, that sort of stuff. So, and yeah, to be fair, like I think they're probably right. It seems fine so far. Like I say, the material doesn't seem too thin, it's a good size. Yeah, I'm quite happy with those. So now I know that these are seemingly okay, I can get on to ordering the transfers for them. I didn't want to order the transfers until these came, just in case I needed to send them back. But I'm satisfied so far, so yeah, I'll get the transfers ordered. Good morning again, everyone. Hello. I'm still feeling pretty poopy, as I'm sure you can hear, but I've taken some tablets again to take the edge off, so at least they're helping. I'm working from home again, but I just wanted to basically update you that, well, one, as you will have seen from the previous clip, in the end I made my little movie nest. I was going to record myself kind of putting it together, but in the end I didn't. But in the end I watched Atlantis, because I watched that movie so much as a kid. I couldn't decide, there was a few options that I was looking into, but in the end I settled for Atlantis, which I'm glad I did, because there's so many like jokes and like cues and stuff that I obviously didn't really get as a kid, and now with my adult brain I understand better, and it just made me appreciate the movie even more. So I'm glad that I watched that. But yeah, that was a nice little artist date for me. I also finished my Mitsuri fan art, which I will show you the speed paint for in a second. It's taken me so long to finish that picture, but it's done now. I've posted it, and I'm really happy with how it came out. The other thing I wanted to update you on is that I've just ordered and paid for the transfers for the tote bags. Now the minimum order, basically I was going to order them from Supercolour, but to be quite honest with you, Supercolour's prices are a little bit high, and I mean, with the budget that both the budget and business model that I'm working on at the moment, it doesn't work very well. You know, I would have to price up the bags quite high, and I didn't want that. I want them to be affordable and matching the rest of the Etsy market. So in the end, I've ordered them from a different manufacturer that can do them a lot cheaper. However, they have a higher minimum order quantity. So they've got a minimum of 50. So I've had to order 50 of the design, which I suppose works out the same as if I was ordering less from Supercolour, just because of the unit price is cheaper. But yeah, so I've got those transfers on the way. They can take 5 or 6 weeks. I'm hoping that they only take about 3 and I get them by the end of the month so that I can list them on the shop in time for the autumn update. Also, I'm sorry for all the banging. I've got the window open because it's another hot day, and obviously I live right next to a factory, so there's always noise around here, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I'm hoping that all of my products come on time for the release date on the 30th of September. Worst case scenario, when they don't and anything's delayed, I'll just have to delay the launch day, which I really hope I don't have to do. I want there to be plenty of time for the autumn update and for things to be in the shop before any winter update or anything like that, but we'll see how things go. I've already put in my designs for proofing for the 2 washi tapes. So in the end, I've gone for the mushrooms washi tape and coffee washi tape. I've put in the designs for those, so I'm just waiting on the proofs. I've also designed a autumn leaves memo pad. So there'll be autumn leaves tote bags, autumn leaves memo pads, mushroom washi tapes, and then coffee washi tapes. The mushrooms will also be a sticker. The coffee will just be washi tape, I'm afraid. But then the other products are obviously the baking supplies sticker sheet, and there's some other stuff as well that I've forgotten, but those are the things that I'm waiting on. The transfers have been ordered, so I'm literally just waiting for those to be produced and dispatched. The washi tapes and memo pads, I'm just waiting on the proofs, and then as soon as I approve the proofs, I can pay, and those will be on their way to being produced as well. As for the artist's way, I've pretty much done all my tasks for this week now. So all that's left is for me to do my check-in tomorrow. Apologies, the colours are kind of dark on this screen, but this is the mushroom washi tape with the cut lines. I just thought I'd show you the proof that's come through. So this will be the mushroom washi tape. This will be the coffee washi tape. I'll zoom in so you can see. And then this is the leaves notepad. So yeah, I'm just waiting on production and delivery. But at least my autumn products are now ordered, and yeah, we're that much closer to the update. Exciting! Hello everyone. I'm gonna try and talk loudly because I've got the washing machine on. I'm feeling a little bit more human today. Still not 100%, but definitely more human. It's another really hot day, so Jordan and I are gonna go for a walk and just have a look at the local surrounding area, because we've been here for 2 or 3 months and we still haven't actually explored what's around. So now I've got a little bit more energy, and while it's nice and sunny, we're gonna go and see what's round and about. So come on a walk with us. I need like super zoom. tea time. Hello everyone. So I thought I would quickly film my check-in, my weekly check-in. It's the end of week 4 now, so tomorrow week 5 starts. As you will have seen, to be honest, I feel like I've missed most of this week. I didn't really get to do a lot, just because I was really ill, and obviously I was just focusing on recovering from that. I didn't even get to do an artist date this week. 2 reasons. One, I still went to work. Well, I worked from home, so I was still working. So by the time I'd finished my shift, I just wanted to go to bed and rest. The other reason was also that I didn't want to spread germs to people as well. So I thought it best that I didn't do an artist date this week. So I have missed that. But it's my first one in a month, so we're not doing too bad. And I can't believe we're already almost halfway through the course. After, obviously, week 6 we'll be halfway through, so yeah, madness. Other than missing out on that, I pretty much did all of my morning pages, I think bar 1 or 2 days where I genuinely forgot. Like I say, I was just kind of a mess this week, so it didn't go well, but hopefully you enjoyed what you did see. Because obviously I was poorly, I didn't get to film a lot, so that explains why I've kind of merged all the footage from week 3 and week 4 together. Week 3's check-in was, the theme for that week was like basically your childhood, so eating snacks that you used to love as a child, describing how your room used to look, things like that. So that was interesting to explore. And then week 4, there wasn't really an overarching theme that I could put my finger on, but the tasks that you had to do were, she wanted you to do another life pie. That was interesting because I didn't consciously realise the different areas of my life that had changed. And then in doing that drawing, I kind of saw how different it looked to the first time I did it. And yeah, that was kind of eye-opening. Another big task that she asked you to do was a media deprivation. So that was basically no reading, no movies, no TV, no gaming, I assume, no checking your emails. I think music was kind of like a grey area as well, even. Basically no consumption. And the goal behind that was basically to stop you relying on other people's products. It forces you out of your comfort zone and stops you from using consumption to numb yourself, essentially. And it forces you to get creative when everything that you use as a crutch is taken away from you and you're left with just yourself. You kind of have to get creative in how you're going to spend your time. And in doing that, it does open up a lot of creative doors in your mind. That's the goal, anyway. I attempted this, and truth be told, I only managed 1 day of it. And again, that's because just being so poorly, I was feeling sorry for myself, and when I was lying in bed and stuff, I kind of wanted something to comfort me. So admittedly, I did break the deprivation, but for that reason, I am going to actually try it again in week 5 and just see how long I can go. Obviously, she does ask you to try for the week. I think this is a big ask considering how much we need to use modern technology to keep our livelihoods. It's not like it's just for pure consumption, we do it for our jobs, school, whatever. Obviously, she says she's not asking you to put that on the line. She's not asking you to get yourself in trouble, but just where you can, get creative about trying to wriggle out of using media and technology and stuff so much. So I will try it with some rules and see how many days I can do. It was a shame that I didn't get to do my artist date this week, but I did get to go on a walk with Jordan, which I know is technically not an artist date because that breaks the rules, but I still had a good time, and I still got a chance to be in nature and refresh myself and refresh my mind and my soul and things. So it was a nice day, nice moment that is a good second for an artist date. And I've already decided that in week 5 my artist date is going to be bingo, because I have been wanting to do a bingo night for ages, like well over a year. So I decided that this is the perfect excuse to finally do that. So even though I missed out this week, I'm looking forward to next week. And that said, I'm going to end this video here. I hope that you enjoyed. I'm sorry if these artist vlogs aren't as interesting as perhaps like studio vlogs. I appreciate that it's a different format. I am actually questioning whether to change the format a little bit to try and make them more interesting. So let me know your thoughts, give me some pointers, and I'll definitely have a look at implementing them. But other than that, I will see you next week, I hope. Take care of yourself. I love you, and see you soon. Bye.